So pints here are kind of, this looks big, it's the camera, but like they're, I guess it's probably a pint, but I'm not used to drinking a mug that small, so it always looks small. I had a choice between the mug and a jug, and I was like, they probably just mean the bigger size, because they have like bigger mugs here. And no, they brought me that, which I did not want to drink that much right now, so we'll see. So last night was weird as far as how much I slept. I mean, given how little I slept previously in the last few days, it made sense, but like I said in the last video, I went to sleep after I checked into the Caps Hotel, or it's technically hostel, but went to sleep around like 3, and then I woke up around like 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. And as I went out, went to sleep and woke up at like, it was like 8:30 or something like that. It was weird. So like I basically got like 2 nights sleep over the last 24 hours, which I needed. Included in my room at the Caps Hotel was breakfast. It's pretty good. It looked like it was just sunny side up eggs, but it was actually kind of an omelet. There was like Thai salami, which was like kind of sweet, and then there's some other kind of meat, and then some toast and some apple juice. My next hostel that I'm staying at tonight was up north, so of course to start going there I went south. I was trying to catch the train to get. I got to the station that's supposed to be a connection, and I didn't realize how you get to it. Turns out the connection is actually a subway versus an elevated train, so I didn't see any kind of like stop for that. So I justified me accidentally going to that part of the station by just getting on a train, just kind of going to a new area. It's called like Punawati. It's kind of more of like a suburb, which was kind of refreshing because I was being kind of dispirited as far as the environment here, where, like I said, the streets around where I was were dirty and they smelled like not pleasantly. There was a lot of, like I said, like poor people and stuff like that. And so the area that I was walking around, I particularly got off there because on my I have like an offline GPS app that has like some landmarks, and in that area they were showing that there's like a temple and a castle. So I go there, and the temple I don't think was open, and then the castle I couldn't even find, unless their definition of the castle was very small. Anyway, so I was walking around that area. There was like a little street festival going on there. And then the roads are really weird. There's like getting lost. So overall, it was a nice, clean little area. It was kind of sad though. On one of the streets I was walking down on the side of the road, there's like a dead dog just laying there. So that was sad. That's one weird thing here. Like just see how many stray dogs there are, and they're all like, they have a lot of like bug bites. The cat that I pet in the last video, I think like had a collar, so I think that's not a stray cat. You have to kind of fight the urge to have any animals come up to you because they're not something you want to have come up to you. One thing that's kind of weird here, how rarely you'll find bathrooms. Like, I don't know if I've been, I mean I haven't really been eating much. When it's that hot and humid, your body really just wants liquid. It's like I've had like 6 beverages from 7-Eleven today, and it's like I barely had to pee. I know it's TMI, but like it's just crazy like how much you sweat during the day, that like you, no matter how much you drink in fluids, there's very rarely excess. So it's kind of risky just walking around because I wasn't sure like when I'd actually. Sorry, mosquitoes are starting to drive me crazy. And from there, I got back on the train, and then since I finally understood how to get onto the subway, I went down there, and it's kind of cool. The subway here is very different, although it's kind of a spin on, I guess, New York subways in the past, where there's actual like tokens, like when you get a pass, rather than printing anything, they just give you this like reusable token. It has a NFC, near field communications, so you just tap it like you would like a card, because my rabbit card doesn't work on the subway. I'm pretty impressed with the subway. Basically, when you're in, like waiting at the station, you can't possibly get onto the track. It's all just kind of closed off by like windows and sliding doors. I don't know if like suicide's ever been a thing here, or if it's more of an aesthetic thing. And that's another thing, they really beat us in terms of advertising. Like I noticed this on the elevated trains where like they'll have these like little screens between you and the rails, and then across from the rails, or like across from you on the other side of the rails, they'll have like a TV or two TVs, and they'll be synced up, and then they'll also be synced up with the video, and they're showing different things, but it's like multiple elements of one ad. And so with the subway, like looking through the glass, like on the other end of the tunnel, you can see an ad. And I think again, there's like two screens in that sense. Most of the ads are just like skin cream and drinks and reality TV. And the drinks thing is cool, especially on the I guess on both. Like there's no vending machines near you, and it, like when you're in the subway it doesn't really matter, but like on the elevated trains it's like it's really hot up there, and they just keep showing you these ads of refreshing drinks, and you can't get any drinks anywhere. Basically, like I got to my hostel like 10 minutes before check-in, and they let me check in, so I was a little worried about this hostel, and I still kind of am. The last one I went to felt much more modern, I guess, and like there's more of like a community aspect to it. Like I was chatting up with the staff and stuff like that. But at this place, it felt a little older, and the first thing that kind of weirded me out is there was someone in my capsule, so I had to go down and tell them to give me a new room. And then I couldn't figure out the Wi-Fi. When I booked the room, they said that there was free Wi-Fi, but there wasn't. But I was getting worried because I found the sign saying like, oh, sign up for a Wi-Fi pass for, it was like $2 a day or something like that. It was like high-speed internet, and then I was like, well, it's high-speed, and then it said like 4 megabits per second down. I was like, that's not high-speed at all. And then I bought it just to have some Wi-Fi, and actually it's, I think it's like 20 megs down and like 12 up, which 12 up is actually pretty good anywhere. Now that I've addressed the problems there, I can see going to that one more, but I'm trying not to stay in one location, so I don't know. Although I can explore different parts of town and just always come back to that now that I know how to get there. I'm leaning more towards one of my next nights. I haven't booked my next night yet anywhere. But I'm thinking about just getting an actual hotel room just to, have my own bathroom for a night, to be able to, I need to catch up on work from Thursday and Friday. Just being able to just stay in a room all day would be kind of nice. Although technically if I book multiple days in a capsule hotel, I can stay there multiple nights, I found out. So I don't have to check out. Like in Tokyo, you had to check out every day, so you couldn't just stay there for the 2 hours between checking out and checking in. So I decided to go to, there was a park that was like 2 train stops or subway stops down from me. And then there's a couple malls around there. The park was pretty cool. I was only in like one little corner of it briefly. There's like a monument and there's a lake. And one thing that's interesting, I didn't catch this on camera. I'll try to get it next time. I don't know if it's every day or what, but I'd seen this before on YouTube, but there's like they'll play the national anthem every day. I don't know if it's every day or every Sunday or what, at 6 p.m. and everyone within earshot has to, stand up, and you don't have to salute or anything, you just stand still. People who had just been kind of having a picnic would just stand up, and so I just stood there. And then on the outside of the park, there was a weekend market. They have very labyrinthian shopping centers here. That was more of an impromptu or improvised thing where they just kind of have a bunch of little substructures connected, and then a lot of the shops are outside on the street, which is a whole other thing because again, I said there's no crosswalks, and then also pedestrian traffic and car traffic and tuk-tuk and motorcycles are all on the same street, so you're kind of trying to explore a market, but then you have to keep getting out of the way of the cars and stuff like that. So I was wandering through there for a while. I had this really good internal compass, which I underestimated. Like I was trying to get to a certain point, and then I just kind of wandered around the mall, and then I got to that point without even looking at the map. And then, so from there I went into this other mall, and I wish I had pictures of it, but like when I went in, they said no pictures. And this happened in Tokyo, although I probably ignored that in a lot of stores I went to anyways. But I just didn't want to get in trouble that quickly here. But it was basically like a slightly more clean and modern version of the market, but the same kind of layout where like there's just these random little the shops almost just feel like larger kiosks or something. They're pretty small. And then from there, took the train back. My hostel is kitty corner from this like really big or relatively big hotel, which I might stay at. I haven't looked at the prices yet. I'm actually there right now. Boiler. It's like kind of a shopping center and a mall, and there's also like a kind of like a fairgrounds, and there's a market outside, and then there's like, I don't know, it's kind of cool. There was a sports bar, and when I was walking around this morning, everything was closed. It wasn't that early. It was like 11 or 12, and then I was worried that because online. So the holiday that I mentioned yesterday, as far as the squirt guns, it's New Year's. I don't know what the squirt guns has to do with that, but so when I was like checking for business times today, in a lot of places they were saying like it might not be open because of the holiday. But the sports bar was open, so I was watching I was barely understanding a soccer match, and yeah, the beers here are very strangely sized. Like I said, they have like the tiny ones, and then they have ones that like I have to lift with 2 hands. I feel like a little kid that should not be drinking beer, but has a very tough life. Being a kid's tough. And then I had dinner at McDonald's in the hotel. And McDonald's here has fried chicken, which was interesting for the novelty of it, but it wasn't good fried chicken. It was very dry, and the breading itself didn't have really any flavor, but it was cheap. The fries here aren't nearly that salty, which you realize like how much we're addicted to salt and fat in America when you don't have that. You're like, McDonald's fries aren't that good. So with the meal, they gave me a fork and knife, and then so I was like, is that the way that they eat fried chicken here? I actually was able to eat the chicken with the fork and the knife, and actually it worked out really well. It's kind of nice not to have to constantly be wiping my fingers, although the Texan and the buffalo wing addict inside me were kind of crying at the thought. But yeah, and then the ketchup here, they have American ketchup too, but they have just like more regional ketchup, and it's pretty good. They have it like they give you much smaller. It's almost like a little plate instead of a bowl. I'm noticing I got a lot of mosquito bites now. It's like a honey barbecue sauce. Like it wasn't as sour or like as like kind of spicy, I guess, the ketchup in America is, where like it actually kind of starts burning your tongue after a while. They didn't ask what kind of drink I wanted. I mean, they gave me what I wanted. I think it was just a Coke, but it was just weird, just like not being asked that. Now I'm in this 24-hour restaurant in the hotel. The next few days probably won't be as packed with activities because again I need to work, although I might do most of my work like early in the morning or late at night, so I'll probably still have days open. But anyway, yeah, this is everything. So I don't know the Thai word, so I'll just say kampai, cheers, skål, na zdrowie, salud. And I started using my mouse to close the video. I have my phone just on my laptop as well. Shut up, Eddie.